Okay, question A, the height of this triangle. So you could have, if you take this slant, you're in a bit of trouble because you don't have this angle. So the best option is to grab this slant times that angle, right? So it's 129 times sine of 36, and I don't have the key in front of me, so I'm just going to do this real quick. Sine of 36, 75.82, and we are in meters, so that's what I'm looking for. Okay, how else could you have done this? You could have introduced a height here, and once you do the height, you know that this is a 90, right? So you have your pair, and you use 36 to find height. That still works. You get the same answer, by the way. Okay, so 1 mark for that. To find the area of the triangle, we simply take the base, which is 235, okay, times the height we just found, and we divide it by 2. So 235 times 7582 divided by 2, that is 8,908.85 meters squared, right? Squared meters. To be honest, it should only be worth 1 mark, but we'll leave it at 2. So if you have meters squared, if you're missing that, take off half a mark, right? Units. Okay. All right, next, calculate S. So you've got your pair all the way across, right? You have that pair, so don't forget about that. 135, right? And if you want angle S, you got to use this side. So sine of S is 129. Sine of S is 129 times sine of 36 divided by 135. So I'll tell you this, if you have this setup done correctly, you already get a mark, okay? And then you get another mark for solving, actually showing the work. So this would be half a mark, having this step, and then angle S would be sine inverse of whatever you get here, which should start with a 0. What did this number start with when you got an error? With a 1, right? Yeah, so that is a bit of a giveaway that you can't do it. Sorry, 36 divided by 135. So 0.5616, that keeps going. I do expect to see this number somewhere. And now to take the inverse of that, that's 34.17 degrees. And now this is the teachable moment here to prepare you for what's coming down the pipe, okay? What is angle D? Can we find out what angle D is now that we have 2 angles? Yeah, let's do that. You don't get marks for this, but let's just figure out. That's 180 minus 36 minus 34.17, right? I've subtract the other 2. Can you already tell what kind of angle that's going to be? It's 109.83. This is what kind of angle? Bigger than 90, we call those. We call those obtuse. Okay? Sine cannot give you an obtuse angle. It just cannot solve a case where there's an obtuse angle. And you won't have to worry about it, because I'll make sure it doesn't happen. I mean, it did happen now, sorry, because I just made up, right? I just said, hey, solve for this angle. But I will make sure that the questions you get for now do not deal with this problem. We have a way to deal with it, but later, more on that later, okay? So we've got 2 marks for C, 2 marks for the area. Mr. Dirksen, what if I get my height wrong in A? Of course, you don't lose any marks here, okay? I'll just take that number and we'll just go with it here, right? So you don't lose any marks, but you would lose a whole mark if you got this one wrong, unless the work is correct and something just went wrong when you typed it in. Yeah?
When I solved for B, I used like the whole 75 point, all the decimals.
Okay, used all decimals?
The only difference is that it ends with the 9 instead of an 8. Oh my god, instead of an
Here ends with a 9.
Yeah.
Okay, you get full marks.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know that it is okay when you go from A to B, it's okay to use the rounded answer in A to continue your work. If this was just a giant, just one big question, I would want you to use all decimals. But you're fine.
Okay.
No problem, no deductions. If you use all decimals, that's even better. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop here. So name and last name.
How many points were for C?
C was worth 2, B was worth 2, and A is worth 1, so 5. 5 marks for this AC.